Welcome to week 1 of the NFL preseason, where the rookies of today hope to become the stars of tomorrow. It's the Caps and the Thunderbirds, next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us in South America in the vibrant and colorful Brazilian beachside city of Rio de Janeiro. Tonight we kick off the preseason with a good matchup right out of the gate, as it'll be the Caps of Melbourne taking on the Thunderbirds of Rio de Janeiro. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and we finally made it, partner, through the winter, through the spring, now into the summer, and football finally back.
And during that time off, we all cherish our vacation time, but admit it, you're the same as me. When you were working out, when you were doing things, you thought about football, didn't you? And you couldn't wait to be back up here again.
Michigan man Jake Moody to get us started, and off we go on EA Sports. Jerick McKinnon to take it out of the end zone. And look at this, right away a loose football. Well, one of the linebackers has got it, so they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Opening play, and Goff wants to pass it. Incomplete to open things up.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Now Goff. Same target. It's Jacobs again. Touchdown! Josh Jacobs. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Thunderbirds march right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Hey, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, wherever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. Under center is a 6'2", 225-pound signal caller, Aaron Rodgers.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game, almost like basketball, where both teams press and one team gets an advantage, our team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
A man coming off an 1,100-yard campaign last year. Here's Travis Etienne on a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. A nice pickup of 17 yards. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And right side, they're going to go option here. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. 1st down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. Rodgers now to throw. Able to complete it to Johnston. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4 of 4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game, like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
So not quite a first and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Here's Rodgers. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Look, good hands there defensively. That's 2nd down. Straight ahead, Etienne. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. Now it's Rodgers. To the back of the end zone, but too high. Over everybody and incomplete.
And this defense definitely in his head there on 3rd down, and he's pretty fortunate. They didn't call for grounding on this one. That was a good 10 feet over everyone's head.
Nevis knocks this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. This will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. A first carry for the All-Pro running back. It's Josh Jacobs. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. Throwing on 3rd, Goff. And that is incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense.
On is the punter Long here as he sends this one away. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But you also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
First down.
On 1st down, right back to Etienne. They find some open field here. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. To throw is Rodgers. Quick slant caught by Moore. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
It's 2nd and inches at the 23-yard line.
Rodgers going to throw. And it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. And right side, they're going to go option here. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Boy, you know, some plays you can just sort of tell they're not going to work from the start, and that was one of them right there.
Yeah, I mean, he had every option taken away, and so all that was left for him to do was to try and keep it himself, but even he knew that he had nowhere to go. Going for it, here's Etienne.
And they're knocking on the door now. As a good run there, going to take this to about the 10-yard line. 4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. The full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Etienne once more. Try to run inside, but nothing there. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
And I'm bringing sexy back.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. Meanwhile, Goss, and this throw brought in here by Mayer. 23 yards, the final tally.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a 1st down.
Room to maneuver at the 45, and all the way down to the 17-yard line. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
Well, that's something that this defense is not going to be able to allow if they're going to have success here. They've got to be able to wrap up and get guys on the ground. They end up letting him get away, and it turns into a big play here early on. I can just see veteran observers of the game shaking their heads and talking about the dearth of tackling in the game today.
Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Andrew Adams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder, this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. 11 yards for number 11.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They will run with White out of the shotgun. 12 yards there and a 1st down. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. A little do-it-yourself run right there, and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find a way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Mon going to throw it. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Mon to the air on 1st and 10. That's into the hands of Tolbert. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They run straight ahead here with White. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21. Working with a 2nd and 4. They stay on the ground with White. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down, 3 yards in the wrong direction.
A great job there by this defense. They give up the long drive, but in the end, it looks like they'll force a field goal attempt.
Mevis knocks this one through. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly. But here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they'd better take advantage of it, because otherwise, if they end up losing by 1 score, they'll relive this over and over and over until they have another opportunity to wipe it away.
They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 23-yard line.
They'll drop to throw. That's complete to his running back, Dallas. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. 3rd and 7 now.
It's 3rd and 7.
He'll drop to throw. They'll set up the screen to Dallas. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. The screen good for 6, but it's not enough as it leads to a 4th down. Here's Ty Long now to punt this one away. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Johnson on the return. It's a 45-yard punt and 8 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offense coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe someday I'll press it a little bit. This might be the case.
Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29. Now Mon. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
Well, it wasn't a goal line situation, but how about the goal line formation on 3rd and short? They went in and went heavy. No surprise on who was going to get the football. How about the power exhibited there?
Yeah, that was just put a hat on a hat, drive forward. Nice job to pick it up. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. 12 more yards there and another first down.
First down, Caps.
They keep it on the ground. White again. Able to slither by. And he's got a first down there after a gain of about 12 as the clock will stop right now for the 2-minute warning. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain. On first down, here's Mon. Throw is caught by Schoonmaker. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down. Here's Mon. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them up the scoreboard here.
Mon looks to throw. His throw incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Being chased out left. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Oh, they'll run the option right, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. It's a 1-yard touchdown run, and the Caps' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
The extra point by Mevis is up and good. And that'll make this a 6-point game. Taken at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field as we eat closer and closer to intermission. Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Brings up third down and 3 yards to go.
Now back to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. He's going to get this underneath to Dallas. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Over the middle, complete. That's Marshall. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This one from 46 yards out. And 13-10. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
First down and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we have reached halftime in our first preseason matchup of the year, as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports
in our
halftime
game
report.
Most of the starters have made their cameo and departed, but plenty of youngsters out there with a lot to gain or lose as we get you right back out to Brandon God. Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. Back to you guys in just a minute as we've started the countdown to opening night. Remember, the preseason has shrunk from 4 games down to 3. So just 2 more weeks of preseason action follows this, and then we get it all started on the first Thursday after Labor Day.
The 26-yard line, just across the 25. So this offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. But Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Back to throw here. And this is incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a first.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control.
And now following that last play, I do believe we're going to get a review here. Yes, indeed, the red flag is out. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Now a dump off here complete. 11 more on that one and another first down.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Again, he'll drop to throw. A short throw taken in by Long. 12 more yards there and another first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. 16 yards, a first down.
Well, they certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
Back to throw again. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
On second down, here's the option. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So what a turn of events there. You're driving to take the lead in this third quarter, but then one mistake, and you're watching the ball being returned for a touchdown.
Certainly a great example of how focus has to be there on every play, doesn't it, partner? You can't get complacent, and I think that he did. He's got him moving downfield, but that's a play where you just shouldn't have thrown the football, and that ultimately could wind up costing him the ball game.
Now Mevis for the PAT. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. The last time everything looked pretty good except that final play on the pick six, and now they've got to come right back out here, Charles, and try to pick up the pieces and get things going again.
Yeah, it certainly seems dire, doesn't it? But there is a silver lining, and it is hard to see so soon after that touchdown. But the game plan was definitely working. They were generating offense, had the ball beyond midfield, getting wins on each down against the defense. So they're moving it well. They just have to hang on to it.
Yeah, as you said, though, probably tough to remember those good things on that last drive when it ended like it did. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
They'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up fourth down. Here's Ty Long now, as he's on here to punt it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. On 1st and 10, here's Mon. That one going to be complete to David Moore. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. Boy, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. And we'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment. On 2nd down, Mon gets the check down throw to White. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. They'll look to throw here. He's going to look deep down the field. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. Oh, what a move. 39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return, and they will take over 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag, punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. They'll run on 1st down with Dallas. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. The keeper gets him 7 that time, but it'll lead to a third down.
Brings up third down.
He'll look to throw. Got his man. It's the tight end long. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Ball on the 27. Here's a 2nd and 8. Another run. Again, it's Dallas. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
On play action, they'll throw. And he's got it. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll look to run with Dallas. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Dallas up the middle. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
Stopped short of the goal line. A gain of 3 yards. It's now 3rd and goal. That's the end of it.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. As we've got the final quarter upon us, we get ready to start the 4th. And this time he is in. DJ Dallas punching it in from a yard away. And the Thunderbirds have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. And we may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And partner, except for those on the West Coast where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that? Big time drive right there. If they're going to have any chance, they needed a touchdown there, and they went right down the field and worked their way into the end zone.
Moody good with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Mon looks to throw on 1st down. And his throw here's incomplete. Jalen Tolbert to target that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
White now, the read option. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. Mon going to throw it. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Short pass taken in by Schoonmaker.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch it, turn upfield, and pick up the first down.
On 2nd down, they'll run with White. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
3rd down from the gun, it's Mon. He completes it right side of White. Now this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And you sense the tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to ultimately take the lead here late. He's got long, his tight end complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. He's going to use his legs here. And not a whole lot doing there, so he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down. Straight ahead running, here's Dallas. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. They start the drive with White, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Well, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. Well, we'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment. On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. Here's Andy Lee now as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Here's Mickens to return. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Now a throw here, hauled in. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
They go play action here on first down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Mon to the air on 1st and 10. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down. They'll go up the middle with White. And a gain of about 4 here moves this from the 6 up to the 10. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back. Tell him to take care of the ball and try to move forward.
Here's Andy Lee now, as he's on the pass for the 4th time tonight.
And I'm bringing sexy back.
.45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. A lot on the line here, even for just a preseason game. Jobs to be won and lost. It's 3rd down. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. Touchdown! DJ Dallas. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Thunderbirds use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the 4th. Moody good with the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. The situation for him offensively as follows. Down 24-20, 2:16 to play. You can't say the preseason isn't interesting. This has been great as they come up 1st and 10. Now Mon. That is caught. Schoonmaker. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete, and this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 3. They'll look to throw. Short pass taken in by Schoonmaker. Very sharp here to start this drive, 3 for 3.
Yeah, I like the way he's running this 2-minute drill. Very sharp, very precise in throwing the football.
He's got room to roam, and he's going to get out of bounds with the first down, so that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout. Here we go, first and goal. Back to throw. Forced out to his left. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Kellen Mond ready for the regular season with his second touchdown of the game. And the Caps answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth-quarter lead.
This is a great decision right here. Out of the pocket to his left, and he knows if he waits too long, the defense is going to be all over him. So he makes a decision to go and wins the race to the pylon.
The extra point by Mevis is up and good. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages, as a field goal now can only tie it. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So now the story changes. Trailing by a field goal. A little over a minute to go. He's back to throw. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Inside a minute to go. Here's 2nd and 10 now. Back to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here. He'll look to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. So now it may look bleak, but this one not over. They do have all 3 timeouts.
Even at this point on the field, where it looks like, you're really backed up, hold them to a field goal. That's the mantra right now. You hold them to a field goal, you still got a chance to take care of business on the other end. But you're right, the 3 timeouts are going to be key. How well they use them to preserve clock as well as stopping them, that's the key to giving them a chance to win.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. He's got it complete. That's Schoonmaker. And even though he gets out of bounds to stop the clock, it's not going to matter. That 1st down going to be enough to write a finish to this one. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Well, partner, it's just preseason, but it always feels good to be in victory formation, taking the knee for the W.
Yeah, I've often thought to myself when I watch these preseason games, some teams need the wins more than others. You know, if you're established and you're used to winning, not quite the same. But if you're trying to learn how to win, it's important to get it done. And to be able to kneel down at the end, even better.
What a finish in this one, Charles. You know, this group, they come in, they have to fight a hostile atmosphere every snap. They get the late score, they get the victory, and that flight home, it's going to be a little sweeter after this one.
And Brandon, just like you, I was fired up for that last sequence. How about that? Wouldn't you have loved to have been in the huddle when they were mounting that game-winning drive? Big-time moment. No one shied away from it. They tuned out the crowd, kept their heads, and executed the way they needed to earn that win.
And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.